What's going on, everybody? It's Chad Reed. This is Forge Mentality, a place where we squash problems, trying to get you to live your best life. We cover tips, tricks for dating, mental and physical health, as well as human nature, and we like to find problems to solutions around here. So if that's something that you like, hit that follow button, and let's go. Early on in my adult life, I always thought that if you weren't happy, that it's because you were missing somebody from your life. You were missing a partner, somebody that you could rely on and depend on and love on and, trust and confide in and all those things. But later on in life, I found out that that's not really true. Now I feel like you need to be happy before you go into a relationship, before you find that person. Excuse my voice, I'm still sick. And I look around and I just see a lot of unhappy people at work, several unhappy people, almost all of them. At the gym, there's quite a few unhappy people. You could just, I don't know, you could just see it in their eyes. They're just not happy. They got that distant stare. They're just walking through the motions of life. That ain't the way to live. The fact is, life is stressful. And as the years have gone by, it's been more and more true, I feel. There's more and more things out there to make you stressed, to make you unhappy. Evaluating the totality of the situation, I would have to say the first thing, the top thing that makes people unhappy is social media. You look at everybody else's lives and you see all these amazing vacations and all these amazing dinners. And let me tell you that most of that stuff is fake. Most of them people are fronting. They're fronting so this way you can see how wonderful their life is compared to your life. But what you need to do is make your life better. And maybe getting off of social media, reducing your time by like half is a good start. Because if you're always looking at what other people have and not looking at what you have, it ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. You're always going to be unhappy because you're always going to be looking at somebody else's life and saying, man, why the hell is that not my life? Always. Always, always. And you're going to keep doing it over and over and over. And it's a cycle. And social media it's bad for you in that situation. See, in life, a lot of adversity and situations are going to arise. They're going to come your way. Trouble will be at your door constantly. But it's about how you react to it. Things that you do to move around that trouble. That's going to make you the better person. That's what makes you high value. You deal with adversities, you get past them. At some point, you deal with so many adversities and you know how to get past so much stuff, it ain't even going to faze you no more. We've become a society where we always look for problems. We're looking for the next problem, the next thing to be offended by, the next person to tell off. It's not a good way to live. So if you want to be happy, what you do is you fix the things that you can control. There's things that you can't control out there. You got to let them go. You need to learn how to let them go. Because if you keep building the things up that you can't fix, it's going to get to you. It's going to cause you to be depressed. It's going to cause you to get down on yourself. And sadly, eventually, it may cause you to end yourself. And that's not a good situation, especially for you, obviously. If you're working at a job, it's a dead-end job. You ain't appreciated. Your boss is a dick. So many different things. If that job is leading you to be unhappy, then start looking for a new job. Don't look for a relationship. You need to get yourself right before you get into a relationship with somebody else. Why do you want to bring your troubles to somebody else's way? That ain't cool. Another thing I think you should stop doing is comparing your life to celebrities and influencers on social media. Them folks live a lifestyle that just 98%, 99% of people do not live, cannot live. It's unsustainable. If you follow your pattern of life based off of them, you're going to go broke. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to have some things, but them things ain't going to make you happy. They're going to make it worse. Because I find that once you start collecting things, you end up wanting more things. And things ain't going to replace what's in here. So if you ain't happy here and here, then none of that shit's going to matter. It's going to all be temporary. And the next thing you buy is going to give you a little bit less temporary of endorphins, and that high, that happiness feeling. So the more you get, the less happy you're going to be. And it's a cycle. Them influencers, especially, they're made to sell you products. They're trying to sell you things, right? You don't need that lifestyle. You could go without all those things and be happy. You need to be happy in yourself. You need to take time to de-stress. What I do recently anyway, for the last month or two, is at night I go to the park. I go on the swings. I know that's crazy as hell for a 39-year-old man, but look, I work nights, right? So whenever I'm off, my daytime is at night. So I go on the park, I go on the swings or whatever, and just relax and look at the stars, and just think. Just think about my day. Think about things that maybe went wrong that I could have fixed and how I would have fixed them. And I always look at myself. What can I do myself to better myself? I don't look at other people. What problems did other people cause me? Because that gives you a victim mentality. Why would you want to have a victim mentality your entire life? Because then you're just a victim. Why would you want to be a victim? You want to be a conqueror, right? So conquer what the hell's going on up here. And then you'll conquer your day. You'll conquer your week. You will attract other people because they're conquerors too. They conquered their issues. Why don't you? If you're fat, if you're lazy, go to the gym. Eat a little bit less. Don't eat so much junk food. Improve your health. It takes, the first step is the hardest step, but I promise once you take that step, you're going to be in autopilot mode. You're going to feel better. It's going to compile. You're going to keep wanting to do better because you keep feeling better. You see what I'm saying? You're getting yourself out of a rut. When you get yourself out of a rut and get yourself out of adversity, things are a lot better for you because you feel like you conquered something. You did that. Nobody else did that. You did that. So don't go looking for a relationship when you're feeling like shit and you're depressed and all these other things. Fix all that stuff first and then find a relationship. And then that relationship has a higher success rate. It's just like, sometimes I see people who are in unhappy relationships, and instead of working on the problem, instead of communicating, they rather go and spit out a baby in 9 months. Why would you want to bring another life into this situation if you're not happy? It doesn't make any damn sense to me. I can't make it make sense. What I like to do when I'm sad or depressed, just generally unhappy, is I like to create something called a plan of action. Basically, you just write down. You don't have to write down every problem you have because, you may have tons of little problems too. You don't need to write down every problem, but write down, 3 to 5 of your biggest problems. Write down the problem. Write down who's causing the problem. If you don't know, that's fine. But then, work on, if there's solutions to that problem. If there's no solutions to that problem that you can directly relate, affect, then, let it go. There's nothing you could do about it right now. Just let it go. And once you go down your list, you write down your problems, then divide and conquer those problems, okay? So each time you complete a task, you get rid of a problem or reduce the problem so it's not so bad anymore. Then you put a check and you go on to the next problem. And feel free to keep adding new issues that you have, so this way you become a healthier person. You're dealing with all your problems yourself. If you wait for other people to deal for your problems for you, I'm here to tell you you're going to be waiting quite a long time before somebody comes along and is ready to solve your problems for you. The best person to solve your problems is always going to be you. So if you ignore them, they're just going to keep piling up. Okay, I used to ignore my problems and just like, hey, whatever, fuck it, it's going to go away, right? No, a lot of them problems didn't go away. And then you start feeling like you're trapped in a box because you have so many problems. It's like, I can't take care of this problem until that problem goes away, but I can't take care of that problem until that problem goes away. And it creates this big circular logic where you're like, I don't know which problem to get rid of first. I don't know how to deal with any of these problems because they're all related to each other. You want to avoid those situations. I've been in those situations. Let me tell you, it makes you feel really low about yourself. It gets rid of your confidence. Everything about you changes when you have too many problems. You ain't your best self when you have too many problems. So create a plan of action, start getting rid of them problems, and you'll be tickled pink at the results that you have. I'm Chad Reed. This is Forge Mentality. If you enjoy this video and videos like this, go ahead and give me a subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Give me a like for the algorithm. Hey, that would help me so much. None of that costs you any money. I don't have nothing to sell you except hopefully good advice and maybe take up some of your time. And if this advice helps you, give me one of these. Have yourselves a great day.